Meet again, don't know where, don't know when. Oh, I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Where am I?
Many of the world's biggest fictional villains experienced a tragedy that shapes them into the disaster they become. Why is it that in the infamous Gravity Falls TV series, we're given little to no backstory on the main antagonist, Bill Cipher? Bill is arguably Disney's most diabolical villain. It's been 8 years since the release of Weirdmageddon 3, where we see him erased from the existence of the universe. There's theories of him still being alive, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to discuss a theory on the backstory of Bill Cipher and his motive for evil. As it stands, we don't know much about Bill's past, but from Weirdmageddon, we do find out that he liberated or destroyed his own dimension and feels no remorse for it. Secondly, we know that he loves to feel pain. It's known throughout the show that Ford gets many mysterious bruises. This is likely to be Bill self-inflicting pain on Ford's body, as they regularly negotiated deals to swap minds. In Season 2, Episode 4, Sock Opera, Dipper mistakenly makes a deal with Bill to let him enter his mind. Bill enters Dipper's body and begins to inflict pain on himself while having a smile on his face as he does it. Quote, "Woo, pain is hilarious." And finally, in Weirdmageddon, we see the first thing Bill wants to do when he enters our dimension is party. As often as Gravity Falls implements random content into the script, I don't think that this is any coincidence. They are giving us hints right under our noses. You might be thinking, out of all things, why is partying the first thing Bill wants to do when entering our dimension? I'm about to tell you what's hidden in plain sight, but to understand, we need to see this quote from the axolotl. In the book, Dipper and Mabel and the Time Pirate's Treasure, we see the twins crossing paths with a mythical interdimensional creature, the axolotl. Quote, "You've managed to find me, so you get one question apiece. Don't waste it." Dipper responds, "What do you know about Bill Cipher?" The axolotl responds with, 60 degrees that come in threes, watches from within birch trees, saw his own dimension burn, misses home and can't return. Says he's happy, he's a liar, blame the arson for the fire. If he wants to shrink the blame, he'll have to invoke my name. One way to absolve his crime, a different form, a different time. This interdimensional being knows something about Bill's past that we don't. The quote says he's happy, he's a liar, can tell us that Bill is upset over what he has done, even though he acts careless about destroying his own dimension. The axolotl may know him on a personal level, if he somehow knows that deep down, Bill isn't happy. The quote, "misses home, can't return," can tell us that Bill in fact does miss his own dimension, and that he would do anything to go back in time to reverse what he's done. Here is where my theory begins. Bill was likely gifted at a young age. We're not sure what or how, but he clearly had incredible power while still living in that dimension. We know this because he had to use something to burn an entire dimension to the ground. This was an irreversible mistake that he lives with for the rest of his life. Bill is distraught about this, and the evidence itself is all of the things we see he gets his only enjoyment from. Self-harm, denial, partying. These can all be seen as coping mechanisms to his tragic past. He wants to forget what he's done, but he can't. The motive for his evil is from living with the guilt of destroying something that he loved. Here is where it gets interesting. In the end of the series, we see Bill has his memory erased alongside of Stanley. Bill having his memory erased is representative of getting set free of his past regrets, and now able to forget the mistakes that he's made, meaning he no longer has to live with evil intentions. I like this theory because it creates a happy ending for both the villain and the main characters. He is defeated, yet also set free. Gravity Falls hit the nail on the head with the creation of Bill Cipher. Leaving his backstory a mystery was all a part of the plan to make one of the most intriguing fictional villains ever created. If you agree with this theory or have anything to add to it, make sure you let me know in the comments section. This is Stronghold Below. Please like and subscribe to help me grow the channel, and check out my last video here.